Hello to all the people out there. This is Miguel from Nerdy Geek Talk, the source for all your nerdy geeky needs, here with another installment of Steel City Bots. I don't remember the last time we recorded. It's been a while. I think we've put out some episodes this year. A month ago. Thank you. That was Zeus.
Hello.
We also have joining us tonight, Jared.
Hello.
And our resident anime grandmaster himself, Aaron.
I live.
Aaron's been on assignment doing a variety of things. Keeping tabs on the situation with all the Pokemon scalping and
oh yes,
reporting back to us every now and again. It's usually just like, these people are crazy, and it's just like, yep.
Did you hear what happened with the cereal?
Wait, there's a cereal?
No.
Some cereal brands are having Pokemon packs put into their boxes.
Oh god.
And they are buying out. No, they're just buying all the cereal.
Oh
they're just
god.
buying all the cereal and probably just tossing it in the trash.
Because I know.
How am I gonna get a box of Reese's Puffs now?
I think it's only Cinnamon Toast Crunch to get good.
Oh, okay.
Well, then my brother's shit out of luck because that's the only cereal he eats.
Ah, damn.
Because like I know that they're doing like, I don't know if they did toaster strudels or Pop Tarts, but I've seen the Pillsbury like cookies that you like they're pure sugar that you bake, and then cereal. They did a cereal, and I've seen those.
Ew.
If they put packs in those, then those would also probably fly off the shelves. But
well, they did do Pokemon cereal again a little while back, and I was never able to find a box.
Well, they did it again for the 25th. They're doing it right now.
Yeah, I know.
Too.
I know.
And I've seen it. I've seen it recently. You should be able to find it.
The 25th anniversary is on my birthday.
Oh.
Congratulations.
I was born on Pokemon Day.
That's
you
tomorrow.
were born on Pokemon Day.
Well, that's a history lesson for tomorrow, from when we're recording this, which is February 26th, 2021. So
no, tomorrow's February 27th. Today's February 26th.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
Today's the 26th. Tomorrow's the 27th.
I thought you said tomorrow's the 26th.
No, at least that's not what I meant to say, but I could be tongue-tied. It has been a long day. It's been a long week. This week has taken a year.
Yeah, I don't know why.
This has been a long week.
It's okay now.
So, on this day, the 26th of February, in 1956, Kevin Dunn was born. He played Ron Witwicky in the Transformers film in 2007.
The dad?
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite character. The dad.
The dad.
The dad.
The dad.
More importantly, on this day in whatever
I don't
year...
think anything's gonna be more important than the dad.
No, tomorrow, Aaron's birthday, and Pokemon.
Literally nothing is more important than the dad from.
But Gen 4 remakes and open world Pokemon.
See, look, it's like, happy birthday. Here's Gen 4. 2 games, or 3 games, technically, because there's 2 for the remake and then the prequel 1. But, hype!
I'm gonna catch that dumb fence goat in 3D.
I'm a little annoyed because some of those videos got leaked like 2 hours before, and I saw them, and I was like, that's probably fake.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I saw them, and I was like, this is probably fake. This is dumb. And then later on, I was like, shit, I was spoiled.
I got goosebumps when they showed that 3D like open world game. I felt like goosebumps go up my arms. I was like, oh, no, it's happening.
Pretty hype. No, and this week between today, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, was all the news. Some of the news we're going to be talking about. Like back half of this week was just basically like, you want a bunch of pop culture news? Here's all of it. Here's games. Here's
really
toys.
Was.
Here's a bunch of Paramount streaming service stuff. Which, I mean, some cool stuff on the horizon. But the fact that you probably have to subscribe to another streaming service is annoying. So yeah, I don't know what people... Is there anything of the recent news that people want to get into first? Just off the top of their heads, if there's something you really itching.
Should we talk about what we got this week first before we dive into the news?
there's a lot of news to maybe cover off on, so I say leave it for the back half.
Fine.
I know you're excited. You got some good
You're
stuff.
really excited to talk about that.
We'll incentivize people, saying it's like if you're into some
mystery,
some is it mystery?
It's a mystery what we got until the end of the
episode.
episode.
I meant more just in terms of if you like the color blue and you like the letter X, tune into the end of this.
Big blue robots, stick around.
Yeah.
Because
any particular news? Well, guys, we're getting a live-action Rugrats. That's pretty wild, isn't it? Or was it live-action or not live-action? New animated. Something else was live-action. I don't know. Paramount announced a bunch of remakes and reboots, and they all kind of got jumbled in my head.
Right.
I know there was probably something about the live-action Avatar. There was another live-action thing, though, and that's bugging me now.
Fairly Odd Parents. That's what it was.
That's it. The worst thing to put into live-action, and also, I hate Butch Hartman.
Yeah. Imagine if they were making live-action Rugrats, though. Like I said, that sounds so cursed.
Oh god, they'd have to use like the most terrifying prosthetics to get like the classic Shupo look.
Or it's just babies and they use CGI to make the babies talk.
Oh,
I think that would be more terrifying.
But they still have like the classic Shupo prosthetics.
Oh god.
This would be incredible. I would give all of my money to watch this.
I would not. I would wish that out of existence with the money I would have.
Probably
but
more
in actual Transformers news.
Right,
sorry.
more relevant news, which still sort of ties to it. I mean, one of the things is that Paramount Plus, like, they did say that Bumblebee, along with the next Transformers film, will be available once after the next Transformers film's theatrical release. So there,
whenever that is.
Apparently next year. So we're so there's two movies on the horizon. There's one like sort of live action movie which either is or isn't set in the Bumblebee. Like, it's like there's the Bumblebee one. There may or may not also be one that's just like whatever new flavor of like big blockbuster Transformers film there is, and then there's an animated one that might be the prequel film, which just means it'll be War for Cybertron, but it's the big screen.
And then at some point, there's also Beast Alliance.
And
if
they're
that's
all gonna use non-union actors.
If Beast Alliance is an actual thing and not some like crazy nonsense.
Oh man,
I mean,
Cheater was saying that's pretty radical.
Yeah. There's not. I mean, there's not a lot to go off of.
That would be pretty radical.
There's not a lot to go off of as far as like, the movie side of things. It's just more like, movies are happening, and you'll be able to see them at some point.
I'm just saying, like, them saying they're gonna have a movie out. You said they're saying they're having a movie out next year.
They're gonna one of the movies that they have on their docket, which they have like 10, maybe 12. One of them they're aiming to have next year.
But
out
aiming to have next year. What? They haven't started filming anything.
I don't. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I mean, even
probably
then, like,
it's the animated one then.
Perhaps, and even then, I would say if they're really gunning for one to happen next year, I would imagine it would probably happen
late next year.
Late next year, because I would think that they are able to grow past the whole like we got to have it out in the summer thing, because like I don't know. Well,
summer's
just like
not real anymore.
No time is real. Like the whole like summer blockbuster season has kind of been thrown up on its head since the last year. No one's really gone to the movie theater. And
what about the fact that isn't Snake Eyes supposed to come out this year?
Snake Eyes is supposed to come out this year. So Hasbro, I think because Hasbro had their big investor event yesterday, and part of that was saying like some of the theatrical releases they're aiming for next year, and I think they were aiming for like 2 or 3 theatrical
that's a lot.
Movies next year. And that's them aiming for it. Who knows if that'll actually pan out? I mean, the last time they tried making a G.I. Joe film, it got delayed almost a year and like completely like messed up the whole schedule because the toys were out like 6 to 8 months before, and it was a whole mess.
Well, with Snake Eyes, there was like nothing said about that movie. Then they were like, production's happening, and then they were like, production's over, like a week later. Like, do you remember that?
Yeah,
There was like no time at all between them starting and ending production.
Which, I mean,
It's
if they're
gonna be
playing,
the To Boldly Flee of cinematic release.
Oh God, stop!
they're playing things close to the chest, and they're like, we'll have to just see. I mean, also you have throwing into another tangent, but you also have the live action Lady J. Amazon.
For some reason, they chose Lady J.
Amazon Prime. It's
Not on Paramount Plus.
and not on not on Paramount Plus. It's always like, okay, Amazon Prime Video, cool, and then like Lady J. It's like, I guess you're good. Like, sure, if you think you can pick different characters and like, oh, strong female lead or whatever, cool. But I just like, I think the barrier is who cares about G.I. Joe.
Yeah, no, I had this conversation with some friends the other night. Who cares about G.I. Joe anymore?
If you
Like,
care about G.I.
really?
Joe, hit us up on Twitter at Steel City Bots and tell us why.
Like, and I know,
I
like,
think
we
you
all
know,
have mutuals on Twitter, and we know people personally who like G.I. Joe a lot, but no one our age cares at all about G.I. Joe. Like, we just have to be honest about that.
people like some
Never
people
once
if they
thought about G.I. Joe.
some people if they either are fondly remember G.I. Joe Renegades if they happen to watch it, or any
Yeah,
of like
they happen to.
the standalone like directed VHS and DVD like 3D cartoon releases that they did like occasionally in the mid 2000s, because I remember watching some of them or like seeing the premieres on Cartoon Network.
I think I care more about Thundercats than I do about G.I. Joe, and I have not ever watched
the new figures
any...
are nice, at least.
I've never once watched a Thundercats, so that's saying a lot.
I'm gonna put a pin in the Thundercats figures because we can talk about some Super 7 stuff later.
That is true.
But
Yeah.
more importantly, as far as Transformers go, we did get an announcement that there are 2 animated series on the horizon. So first, actually, fortunately, Michael isn't here to gush about this, but the first thing we have is that a BotBot series is indeed happening and is being slated for Netflix sometime this year. So
That's soon.
It'll probably be toward the end of the year. So the official synopsis goes: BotBots are Transformers robots disguised. What the fuck? Okay, let me. BotBots are Transformers robots disguised as mall objects. By day, these BotBots hide on store shelves, but at night, they jump into adventure until a group of BotBots called the Lost Bots run into the mall security guard and put all the bots in danger. So,
Oh no, the Lost Boys, what are you doing?
the Lost Bots, but still,
Why is it that my immediate thought when you were reading that out was like food fight? I have so many bad movies.
Oh,
I'm thinking
no.
about it, like all
you
time.
keep derailing this. Why? We don't need to talk about Food Fight.
At all times of the day, I am thinking about the worst movies imaginable.
That I completely believe. That would explain so much.
So, BotBots is a 20-episode animated comedy series. It has, let's see, Kevin Burke and Chris Doc Wyatt, who have credits include Spider-Man, Transformers, Robots, Rescue Bots Academy, Stretch Armstrong, and the Flex Fighters, will serve as executive producers and showrunners. So, seems like it's aiming
Which
for...
Spider-Man?
I don't know. It just says Spider-Man. Maybe the new one, the
Probably
latest...
I was gonna say probably the Disney XD one.
Oh
yeah,
no.
like the latest. I mean, which kind of fits for the target audience. It's like you're aiming at
Yeah, it
kids.
does.
You're
Yeah.
not really trying to like grab that nostalgia market, but if people check these out, they'll probably be like, "Oh yeah, this is fine."
It is a
Yeah.
children's show for children, but probably someone will get something out of it anyways.
I mean, it will probably be pretty interesting
Yeah.
to see just what they do with the BotBots and what kind of lore comes out from it, or if we have
Oh
a cameo.
lore, we're gonna
Yeah.
get BotBots lore.
The BotBots lore.
It'd be
This
funny.
is what all Transformers fans have been waiting for.
It'd be funny if like if at least at some points like per episode there's like a shot that kind of gives you a glimpse of the outside where you either see the vehicle mode of a like main like character from like the general, like you see Optimus pass by in truck mode or something, or Starscream fly over in like jet mode, or like the vague suggestion that outside of the mall, like regular Transformers is happening, but no, we're concerned about bots and what's happening inside the mall.
That would make it a lot greater.
That honestly was like when I had originally thought, hey, they maybe should do a cartoon about this. My like thought for the first shot of like the opening episode would be it just starts with Optimus and Megatron fighting, and then quickly pans over to the mall, and then focuses on the mall for like the rest of the series.
Like, it'd be funny if like the opening, or even like the opening credits are basically showing it's like, oh yeah, the Transformers fought and they got Energon everywhere, and then it's soaked, like the mall got caked in Energon, and then it just soaked into everything, and now everything's alive.
It's just
Teenage
like
Mutant Ninja Formers.
That is exactly where my mind went. Was like it's just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they turn into ice cream.
Transformers in your local mall. Transformers.
See, it's weird because the people working on TMNT are working on the other show.
Which is that an animated comedy? Was that right? What I read? That was the description of it?
So the description for the other series, which is for Nickelodeon, is a animated comedy series based on Transformers. So
interesting.
The synopsis for this one goes: in the action comedy series, a new species of Transformers must find their place and purpose among Autobots, Decepticons, and the human family that adopts them. The 26-episode half-hour series will premiere exclusively on Nickelodeon in the US before rolling out internationally.
Oh, so this is how we're getting the Beast Wars reboot.
That just sounds like bots, but on Nickelodeon.
See, that's where I originally, when I heard this, I thought it was bots, but Zeus is, I think, like, thinking what I'm thinking is that this might be where they potentially introduced, like, the Beast Wars cast, or like, some of those characters, but in, like, the mainstay. And then, like, action comedy... Like, the fact that it has, so executive producer Ant Ward, who worked on Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Nicole Dubuque, Transformers Rescue Bots, and developed and co-executive produced by Dale Malinowski, who also worked on Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The fact that a lot of the people who worked on this worked on Rise makes me feel like it's going to be more like that, where it's a bit more lighthearted, but there's an underpinning of a whole narrative that by the end of season 1, if not the halfway through season 2, Nickelodeon will cancel. And then they'll end with a movie.
Pain.
Because, and hopefully they take the pain from Rise and they use that pain and channel it into this new series. Because part of the information that was released yesterday seems to suggest this is going to be a 3D cartoon, which has me a little annoyed, because if they could even take some of the, like, visual sort of, like, DNA that they had in Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and apply that to Transformers cartoon, it would be amazing.
It could be the next Transformers animated.
Basically.
See, what has to happen is Hasbro just has to reach out to the studio that does Gridman and make a Transformers anime, because those guys that, who make Gridman really want to make a Transformers show.
The problem is that Hasbro's cheap.
They are really cheap.
They're cheap, and like they're especially now that they bought Entertainment One, they're gonna want to do everything in house. So until they like buy an anime studio and decide, okay, we're gonna do stuff over there, you're gonna get something, if they're outsourcing it, like the WFC trilogy.
Imagine if they bought an anime studio. That'd be wild.
They probably would still try to do everything cheap, and then it wouldn't be the best.
Yeah.
Or they'll put instead of so you can put all your eggs in one basket, but can you put your eggs in too many baskets?
Yeah, that is a question.
Because Hasbro has done that before. That's where the hub came to be, or even just putting your eggs in a shitty basket is probably more like what they did with the hub.
You put your eggs in a basket that's got a hole in the bottom.
Yep. And if
my name's Megatron, and you're watching the hub. The
hub was so strange.
There were those crossover commercials where like Megatron was like, "I like My Little Pony."
Yep.
That was weird.
There was a lot of
I
weird
still
stuff.
wish that they'd had a crossover with Megatron and Dan from Dan Versus. I feel like
At least they used
be a great
union
pairing.
actors. You know, at least they used union actors.
That's when they were burning a lot of money. I once overheard a conversation with someone who worked at Hasbro, and he was talking about how much money that they had potentially lost
Oh God!
per episode of Prime. Not
Oh.
great. Just burning buckets of money.
But Prime was a great show, so you know what, we won in the end, right?
Getting Optimus's pupils to move like that and everything, getting the show to look that good cost a lot
I
of money.
can't even imagine.
But yeah, so a lot, and I need to find the clip because a long time, it feels like a long time ago now, we talked about how, like, basically by the end of, like, the War for Cybertron trilogy, they really needed to flip everything on its head as far as the franchise, considering the fact that we have been in, like, we're gonna recycle G1 again and again and again for the past, what, 5 years?
Yeah, this
Something
is the first
like that.
time. This is the first time since like Thrilling 30 that we've gotten like a significant number of non G1 characters in a main line. So definitely they
Non
need to
G1
fix
characters in the main line. The prospect of 2 shows which seem to be aimed at what I would say is we're not so much aimed at the right audience, but it's giving more
It's a gateway show.
well, it's a gateway. Well, BotBots certainly would something that appeals to kids, but I think they're targeting more than just like, oh, the collector crowd, or
Yeah.
I feel like moving it to Nickelodeon and working with the people who worked on Rise of the TMNT specifically, you're getting a good mix of probably being able to pay proper, or not pay proper respect, but like throw a bone to the older fans, give something that kids can really be like hype about, and then also put it on a network that at least will show it like more than just a 6 a.m. slot and call
Yeah,
it a
we'll
night.
probably offload it to Nicktoons after like 5 episodes, though.
But potentially, and who knows? I mean, it depends on how much money Hasbro throws at them.
That's true.
Maybe they have a good relationship through their dealings with Power Rangers, so now they're trying to expand it.
You're gonna put our show on prime time, or else. No, we're gonna replace it with the new SpongeBob prequel.
They mentioned
Oh,
Camp
no,
Coral
not
in
the
the
SpongeBob prequel.
We're gonna get a SpongeBob
You have
transformer.
ruined the comment section on this podcast now.
We're gonna get a SpongeBob transformer. He transforms from
He's gonna transform into Squidward's house.
no, I was gonna say he transforms from Sponge to pissing on someone's grave.
I still think that it could be the Squidward house.
You guys
that
are
pisses
opening
on
too
someone.
many cans of worms.
Yes, we have ruined
Too
the
many
comment
conversations.
section. We have
Nah, that's
ruined the
fine.
comment section.
It's
What?
fine.
Time
What? Comment section. Who comments on this? If people are,
I don't
think
know. Don't we still put this up on YouTube?
I think it gets cross posted to YouTube, and occasionally we may
I
get.
think.
It happened once because I think I got notified of a comment someone left, and I was like, wait, what? And then I discovered that we do cross post to YouTube. So if you're listening on YouTube and leave a comment, let us know that you tune in on YouTube. I'd like to know.
I love how, because we're talking about like comments and stuff. I remember forever ago we had talked about something on the podcast, and instead of like commenting on it or anything, Anthony, right, the person who runs TFU,
Yeah.
Yeah, and
he added us on Twitter to respond to us instead of commenting on it.
Well, I mean,
I remember that. I thought it was hilarious.
I mean, that makes sense. I don't.
No, it makes sense, but like just talking about comment sections, I just thought it was funny that it was like, yeah, you guys said this, that's not right or whatever, or something like that. Like,
No, I mean, yeah, people.
I just thought it was funny.
This is an open invitation to Ant. This is an open invitation to everyone. I'm singling Ant out specifically because I think he's one of like the 3 people who still listens to this show.
when it comes out.
Whenever it comes out, it'll come out in a year, and Ant will be like, yeah. It won't actually come out in a year. I'll probably put this up quickly. But yeah, so are people excited about the new shows? Are they lukewarm?
I'm excited.
I need to know more.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, we don't have much beyond like there's going to be a show.
Yeah.
And it'll be on Nickelodeon. I think that's really like the people working on it plus like a different network, I think are the two biggest things. And I think they're promising.
You know, now that they're putting their shows on Nick, I know this is a franchise that really should stay in the 80s at this point, but Gem and the Holograms would be a good show for Nick. It wouldn't have fit on Cartoon Network, but I think it would definitely work on Nick if they were to try it again.
It does seem like a Nickelodeon show, actually. Now that
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think that'd be if they wanted to do something new with it, they probably could.
Yeah, if they want to.
Yeah.
There are some like properties that Hasbro has that just would never work on Nick. Like imagine G.I. Joe on Nickelodeon. Would never happen.
Maybe on Nicktoons.
I don't know. That's pushing it too.
What if
I
it
don't.
was like a G.I. Joe what if it was a G.I. Joe but done as like sort of a Danny Phantom type show?
Where what?
Only...
Duke is hunting terrorists? Like.
Yeah.
This circles back to the whole.
All I got today are bad pitches.
I don't know why we keep talking about GI Joe, but again, like this. I mean, I guess if GI Joe becomes a big enough part of Fortnite, then basically you can do.
You think GI Joe's gonna be in Fortnite?
They are.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What I'm talking about? Snake Eyes is in.
Yes. You're right. Snake Eyes was in Fortnite. I forgot about that.
They made it. They re-released his classified toy and like did it in a new deco based off of the.
You're right. I forgot about that. See, look at how little we care about G.I. Joe.
And they just they announced that they're going to do more partnerships around Fortnite with Hasbro. So we may see. I don't know if that means that they'll just do more of the licenses that they already have in the Fortnite style, or if that means that they'll start like throwing their hat in the ring of like the 3 or 4 people who make Fortnite toys. But yeah,
maybe we're gonna see Optimus Prime in Fortnite.
That'll be great.
My name is Optimus Prime, and I have joined the fight.
It's like Optimus, Black Panther, and Master Chief, all like.
And Chun-Li.
All one squad, all building stuff and teabagging people when they kill them.
Oh my god! So it's official that Fortnite's just like the biggest crossover in history, right? Like, I don't think there is any other, like anything that has had that many franchises from that many different companies in one thing.
Can Funko Pops count as a crossover?
I don't consider it because they're not all in like one piece of media.
Yeah.
Does it have to be one piece of media? Because it's one toy line. That's a very. I guess if it's a toy line, it's the most expansive toy line. Because
it's the most expansive toy line you could say, but in terms of like
a media property, I guess Fortnite. And then I suppose that who knows if some other crazy like obscure MMO was just like, yeah, we had skins for everything.
Yeah. Well, like, because you have, like, Super Robot Wars, but that's just, like, a crossover of mecha stuff, but a lot of those mecha shows are all owned by, like, the same 3 companies.
Right.
Whereas you have, like, Capcom, Microsoft, Sony, Hasbro, like, you have everything. Yeah. Fox. It's insane.
Oh, yeah.
I think I just said Fox twice. I'm not really sure.
No,
I kind of blacked out while talking.
You said
okay.
It once. You're good. You're good.
Imagine Optimus Prime in the Fortnite style. You know we would get a figure of that.
We would.
Oh yeah.
That'd be weird.
It'd be non-transforming. You know what else is non-transforming?
Super 7 figures.
Super 7 figures. So
I got you.
I don't remember if we talked about them, but Super 7 is doing a line of so Super 7 company, they do the reaction figures, and they've recently started doing a line or several lines under their Ultimates branding, which are basically highly posable 6 to 7 inch figures, and Depending on the license, they go for different things. The Thundercats license is pretty much doing, it's just like modern updates, kind of like your Masters of the Universe classics. The same with their He-Man, because I think they're doing the He-Man Ultimates were the first line, right? Hello?
What?
Was He-Man the first line that they did for Ultimates?
Oh, I'm not sure. I thought you were being rhetorical.
Okay, someone correct us if not. Well,
I have no idea.
He-Man and Thundercats seem to be aiming at the same thing, which is basically like modern-ish updates in some.
Guys, come on! You still love us, right? Right? We haven't thrown away our ill will yet. Come on, guys.
Then you have the TMNT stuff, which is basically doing the old Playmates toys larger, more detailed, with a bunch of accessories. All of it's super cool. All of it is incredibly expensive on the aftermarket if it's already sold out. Although they re-released Wave 1, and all they did was change the base plastic color of the weapons that is all painted over for the weapons you care about. So that was pretty cool. And then the thing that they announced recently, and they showed off the first wave for, was Transformers. So Wave 1, which pre-orders have already gone up, and I think you can still get them at BBTS.
They have? I didn't see that.
Yeah. So Wave 1, you have the Ghost of Starscream, Optimus Prime, Action Master Bombshell, and Action Master Bonsaitron. Each of the figures comes with a variety of accessories, different hands, weapons.
I see it here.
Optimus Prime comes with the basketball. Both he and Starscream come with their toy heads, along with their cartoon heads. Bombshell and Bonsaitron have their little Action Master partners, at the very least, as like backpacks or something. Pretty dope. They also released the schedule for the Waves 2 and 3. So Wave 2, we got G1 Megatron, G1 Grimlock in Dino Mode, G1 Bludgeon, and G1 Trax. Weird wave. Then we get even weirder. I haven't really looked at these. With G2 Megatron, G1 Wreck-Gar, Alligator Con, which is most likely Optimus Prime turned into an alligator from City of Steel. I think that's the episode.
Yeah, City of Steel.
And Tarn from IDW.
God. I hate that there's so many of these that I want.
It's crazy.
I just I saw the pictures of the Optimus, alright? I saw the pictures of, like, Optimus with, like, the basketball and, like, his legs raised up, and I'm like, this figure looks like it's black magic. Like, how does this work? Like, the articulation on it, I was looking at it, I'm like, how? How does that work? The hips don't bend. How?
They did show a video with a resin proto, and he does have some of the articulation that I didn't think he had. The legs, I'm still not convinced that they can actually do what they're doing in that photo.
I'm not either. Like, it just looks physically impossible.
But even then, like, not because I'm not really looking to have Optimus Prime in, like, super, like, extreme poses. I'm not.
He comes with the surfboard, though.
No, but I think he has enough of the articulation that he can make use of the accessories that he comes with. He's not like an action statue or whatever. But which is an actual toy line. This isn't me making something up. But just the character roster, I think, is pretty legit. When I saw Bonsaitron, I like flipped shit, and I was super hyped. And then Bombshell too, because it's specifically the Action Master version, which I believe was a Euro G1 like thing. Like, he was only available in Europe, so it's just the
They're
same.
not that expensive.
Yeah, for $50 each, which a lot of people were complaining, but it seems like that's a price hike that most of the Ultimates are going to go under at some point. If not, then that might just be like the price you're paying for the Transformers license, because Hasbro probably is like, oh, if you're going to make toys of Transformers, you're going to pay up. At the same time, Hasbro really seems to be like just letting a bunch of people license out a lot of their properties.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Ultimates is getting Power Rangers. So is Mezco's 12-1 series.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing Green Ranger. So it's one of those things where this, coupled with all of the media news that we've gotten, seems to be like giving us at least a glimpse of Hasbro's real push to be more of a media company with a toy arm. And then even then, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point down the line they figure out a company and they're like, you know what? We're going to give you a license to do Transformers that can transform. And then at that point, it'll be like, oh my god, what else can happen? I pre-ordered all of Wave 1 because I'm stupid.
I don't think I'm gonna get all of them. I don't like the Ghost of Starscream, to be honest. I don't like how it looks.
I got him mostly because the point that he sells out, he's probably going to be super expensive, and I might want him. And as far as all of like the Ghosts of Starscream that exist, unless they do want it from the Earthrise Voyager, I think that would be like the perfect like thing to put on my like season 3 shelf and call it a day, because it's like I don't think he transformed into his jet mode as a ghost.
I like that he comes with the toy head with the really weird bug eyes.
Yeah, no, they have a good mix of accessories and everything. The later waves, like I can like I'll probably get Bludgeon.
Oh, definitely.
And maybe Tarn and the Alligator.
I'm definitely getting Tarn.
I'd have to see G2 Megs.
Yeah.
And then the schedule here says winter, summer, fall. This is for when the pre-orders go up. So in the summer, we can pre-order Wave 2, and in the fall, we can pre-order Wave 3.
Nice.
So not enough time to space out your pre-orders and everything. These are made to order, although places like BBTS and Entertainment Earth seem to do like a giant bulk order, and then they sell off from that. So if because I can't remember if Super 7 asks you to pay up front. So if we want to do things a bit differently, you have some other avenues. But no, I think these are pretty hype, and I'm excited to see more from this line, or just more of like the stuff that they've already announced. So
weird thing talking about other people doing Transformers though. I'm just looking at stuff on BBTS. You know, New Age. You know how like their Seekers like were kind of sold out for a bit.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're releasing a 3 set of their Skywarp, Thundercracker, and Starscream.
Ooh.
In second quarter this year. So if you're willing to drop $160 for those 3-inch babies, excuse me, 3.77 inches, you can.
I mean, people who were gonna buy them individually would already be willing to pay for that.
I just want Thundercracker.
Well, if the 3-pack is somehow improved, you get someone to sell you their original Thundercracker when they're offloading their original Seekers to
that's true.
Make up for that, or you find someone who is really into Skywarp and really into Starscream, and you part out the set. You got options.
That is true.
Or just buy one of the other repaints because there's like 10 of them.
Yeah.
You hush yourself.
His point is he wants to buy Thundercracker. Well, you just want the mold, probably. He wants Thundercracker.
I do just want the mold.
I want Thundercracker.
Calm down, Sheev.
Vader, put in the pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store.
Do it.
Do it.
I feel like the longer we go, the more loopy Aaron's gonna get. So I'm afraid now.
I'm just like, okay, we're opening up a new store for my work. I think I told you guys this. I have to drive an hour to get there and an hour to get home. So like, yeah.
Yeah, loopy.
And I stayed up for WandaVision last night.
Oh, really loopy. God.
All kinds of smart choices, this guy.
Oh, I make the smartest of choices.
All right. Let's see. What else do we got?
Is there any other news?
There's a lot of news. I'll leave the Masterpiece stuff for last.
Oh yeah, they announced a new one.
We got some Beast Wars related news.
Ooh.
Well, first off, the comic came out. Did anyone pick it up?
Yeah, I did.
I've been meaning to, but I don't have a comic store near enough to me.
It was Burkham's art, great as usual. the writing. I can't remember who the writer is offhand. I apologize.
Eric
It was pretty
Burnham.
decent. I enjoyed it. I guess for the most part, my whole thing was it's more just retelling what happened right before the first episode with just 2 new characters added in that didn't really change the dynamic of how things were really. It didn't really break new ground in any way. I guess it was just like, do you remember
the next one's gonna do?
Hopefully, do you remember the video they made for BotCon years back of Megatron stealing the golden disc?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mix of Theft of the Golden Disc and the comic Dawn of Futures Past, kind of like that vibe mixed in with the opening of Beast Wars, and
yeah,
I mean it's not that it's like it's not like breaking new ground, but at the same time it's not like, oh, off of the like first page it's like, oh, you missed it, you missed the beat, like
yeah. Well, like, my thing is I just can't tell, like usually with like a first issue you get an idea of what someone's going for with their thing, but I didn't get an idea from it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you're not into Beast Wars like I am and like other people are, it's not gonna keep, like, you're not gonna be impressed. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be like, maybe I'll pick up the second issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like very middle of the road. Like, it didn't. Right. It was like, oh, okay, this came out, I guess.
It potentially, if you're someone who hasn't been introduced to isn't invested in Beast Wars, hasn't really experienced it before, it might be potentially, but interesting just because it's a different premise on Transformers, especially if you know something about Transformers and you pay attention to the background, because it's just like, oh, like this dude's like naming himself Megatron. Oh, there's a statue of Wheeljack in the background. Like, there's some little things. I think it'd be like a fair assessment of like kind of like the where the story's going, probably by issue 3. I feel like if you can if they really get into the groove and you really have a sense of it, which I forget how long this opening arc is, but based off of the interviews and stuff in the back matter of the issue, it really is like basically, I forget if it's like 6 issues, like is the idea of like, oh, we're taking the pilot episode, like the 2-parter, and spreading it across this opening arc. Yeah. So things that might happen earlier were going to happen later, but I mean, I enjoyed it. I liked again, Bertram's art is great, and I have a lot of like I have one of the prints and maybe some other stuff that he did in the style, and with specifically the designs that he's using in this comic. So it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I got merch of the comic before the comic came out.
You know, I got some of his stuff for that. I also I don't know if you remember, but I got that commission from him.
Yeah.
At the con, so.
No, conventions. His stuff's good. Like, I know some people aren't, like, it's a bit polarizing for some people, but it's like, no, it's fun and everything. Some good fresh takes on certain characters, and then some where it's just like, okay, no, you're hitting the mark as far as like for the most part, all of the characters I can hear in the voices from the show.
For the most part, yeah. Optimus Primal and Rhinox were a little like they didn't feel like the same characters, but it's also been a while since I've watched Beast Wars, so. For
me, Rhinox hit it a little bit more, but maybe like he's a little different, but I can still hear him.
Yeah.
Optimus Primal is animated Optimus in my brain, just because
that's what he felt like. That is very much, he did not feel like the character that we meet immediately.
No, he's almost like if animated Optimus was cocky.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Whereas in like the Beast Wars show, it's not that like he's some, crazy leader, but it's very clear that like he has a grasp of what he's doing, you know what I mean? Like they respect him, whereas in this they're kind of like making jokes at him and stuff immediately.
And Rat Trap did that in the original series, but it was basically like Rat Trap was the only one, whereas now it's like, oh, I could see where everyone can kind of be like, I'm not sure about this guy because he seems like he comes off as young, whereas in the original Beast Wars, Rat Trap just disagreed with Optimus's like his decisions. It wasn't necessarily that Optimus himself felt like, oh, he's new at this. It's more like, oh no, he's seasoned enough.
Whereas here, it feels like he's new at this.
Right.
It feels like animated Optimus like itching for a fight, which I'll see how it is, because that was more Cheetor's thing in the original, so I'm interested to see how that dynamic's gonna work. You know?
Yeah,
But
and
we'll see.
next week I think is when issue 2 comes out, so we'll have more to see.
Yeah. And the issue 4 cover got released a few days ago, I think,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that was a nice cover with Dinobot standing on it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And then, as far as toys, along with all of the Kingdom stuff that is slowly trickling out to stores, Wave 2 hopefully will be in retail soon. Some people here have some Wave 2 stuff.
Wave 1.
Well, we'll talk about in a bit. Through Walmart listings, we have confirmation that there is going to be a vintage Beast Wars line with Optimus Primal, Megatron, Rat Trap, and Cheetor. Optimus and Megatron will be $50. Cheetor at $49.97. Cheetor at $22.97, and then no price on Rat Trap so far. But there are rumors. There's a whole slew of rumors right now online, and one of them was that there was going to be a Beast Wars vintage line. It called up that they were specifically going to be the Transmetals. These prices, specifically on Megatron and Optimus, make me hope that that's not true, because for $50, I could easily see them charging that for the original molds. So the Ultras,
Yeah.
The Optimus with the chest thumping gimmick and all of the accessories, the flip out missile launchers, and then Megatron. If it's the Transmetals, I don't know that I would do that unless the packaging really nails it, and even then I might wait for a discount.
Yeah, I don't think those are really gonna move.
And who knows? We could be wrong, because like this is a market that hasn't been catered to as far as like stuff beyond like Kingdom
At all.
And even then, people probably aren't finding it because like collectors are going nuts and buying everything they see, so no one can find anything at stores, and it's awful. Shout out to you, the Pokemon fandom. I mean, yeah, I want to see more of this, but I'd be down, I think, either way. Maybe a discount or two.
Hasbro's just being weird with like vintage themed stuff, to be honest. Like, it isn't Transformers, but that new like Kenner style line they're doing with Marvel makes no sense to me.
They seem like each property seems to be, because like with Star Wars they're nailing it. They're doing everything right, whatever. Marvel doing stuff in that style, I guess people like it, but then also it's one of those things where it's like, how is this different from Reaction? Like, is Reaction doing Marvel stuff? Can they not? Is that why you guys are doing it?
Well, there's also the fact of Marvel never really had figures like that. The
Right,
Marvel figures were molded in poses, or they had like joints.
But
so I'm like, who is this appealing to?
I think I answered it there. It's appealing to the people who like the Reaction stuff, which has like every single property where like none of them had Kenner style Star Wars figures. Like they were like who no one had like, what is it, 5 points of articulation like an Optimus Prime or something, but they're making them and people are buying them.
Interesting.
But yeah, I'm interested to, again, like this is a lot of this is like I'm interested to see more. I like Beast Wars, so, but at the same time, I have these, regardless of if they do Transmetal or not, I have all these molds, so it's one of those things where I'm like, maybe I'll wait, because it's like, it's not like I've never experienced these guys, I have.
Yeah.
For people who have never experienced them, I would potentially say, wait for people to get them, and report if they are horribly broken out of the box, because the last time, what is it, the Omega Prime, the Encore release from Takara Tomy, that didn't stand too well, or just like it was bad. The QC on that was awful. So like, as long as people don't go like, oh yeah, Megatron and Optimus just shred themselves after you transform them, and then like, all right, safely head to your local Walmart, or hope that you can get a pre-order in and they actually ship it to you. Play a game of Russian roulette. I don't know.
And if they ship it to you, pray that's the actual thing that you ordered.
And not what was it? Was it candles? Essential oils. That's what people got.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what
Yeah.
people got when they Alicon, was it?
You know, I really have to find an Alicon because I still like I said in the group chat the other day, my con Sharktacon pit has not been opened. It has just been sitting in box,
Hey,
untouched,
I've got an Alicon I'm trying to sell, actually.
next to my desk, untouched.
Zeus, are you selling more than one?
What?
Are you selling more than one?
No, just the one. I didn't really like it that much, so I'm trying to get rid of it.
Oh.
Okay.
So
I just
if
need
you're
to go with my movie stuff because I'm trying to
got
put
you.
movie together.
If you're interested, message me later.
I just might.
All right, cool.
Cool.
Nice. Wheeling and dealing.
Some other stuff you can pick up. Revealed
What'd you
this.
say?
No, some other stuff you can pick up. Revealed this week on was this on Tuesday? Yeah, we had a Transformers Tuesday, even if it wasn't labeled as such. It might have been.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, that was Tuesday. I thought it was Wednesday.
Generation Selects War for Cybertron Deluxe Transmutate.
I'm ready. I like it. I like how it looked.
A redeco and remold of Paleotrex.
I think it looks weird. That said, I love it and I want it.
How is Paleotrix? Because I have not gotten that figure yet.
It's okay. It has a
All
lot
right.
of it has a lot of potential as a bundle of accessories. As an individual robot, it's okay.
Okay, but what if I get like 10 of them?
Then you can create a bunch of monstrosities, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
At this point, the fact
Gotta
that we
to keep paying for more and more of the Bionicle Transformer.
basically, but the fact that okay, so we have Transmutate, we have Paleotrex, and then we have the purple one. However, that's going to be released. That's already 3 of them, which most people seem to be making crazy builds with at least 3. So you get the 3 different decos, and you're good, and you can make a multicolored monstrosity.
Oh lord.
The truest expression of a child playing with Bionicle parts.
This release is a bit interesting. Just the fact that one, they a lot of the marketing copy that they wrote for the Selects release specifically calls out how it's an homage to the Beast Wars 10th anniversary Build-A-Figure from 2006.
Because it's a figure that falls apart when you play with it.
Right, which makes sense, but it's just weird. It's like, oh yeah, for the Build-A-Figure nostalgia. There's also some people.
Way to put that.
There's also some people who, and I understand where they're coming from. Where a lot of some people who like the character of Transmutate and like the episode itself, or find it a very impactful episode, considering to a degree, Transmutate is a representative of people who are like neurodivergent on the autism spectrum or somewhere. A lot of people feel like that sort of connection. I can understand the criticism of like you would turn Transmutate into a like
Big
weird
monster.
a big monster that turns into weapons that people then beat each other with. Can feel a bit tone deaf.
I don't know. My whole thing is it's like, it doesn't... The only reason it looks so weird is because they made the top of the head her face. Like, if they had just done a bit more with the head, I think people would be okay with it. That's my personal thought on it.
Well, there's the actual look of it, but then there's also like just like the like you think about the episode and the fact that it was basically like, oh, like the Maximals the Maximals thought that she was a freak. The Predacons wanted her for her power, and then Rampage and Silverbolt were both like, no, like
This is a person.
This is a person. We have to treat this person with respect. And at the end, Transmutate blew up, and it was like, that's interesting. And then the first figure of Transmutate in a while, and it's just like, Transmutate turns into a bundle of weapons that turn into some weird dinosaur skeleton. And it's like, maybe not with this character.
Yeah, I'm trying to, like, it's nice to have a new Transmutate figure, but I'm trying to think if, like, they could have done it with a different mold. But they're really, like, isn't that I can think of.
They've done enough half-assed. If they wanted to put Transmutate in the main line, they've done enough half-assed stuff recently that they could have just like made up some, or like they could have gone the RC route and like give Transmutate.
Don't say that.
No, I'm saying give Transmutate some weird shell accessory, but this time one you could remove, and then you're just like you can just have Transmutate, and then you have like this cool like jetpack thing.
Yeah, because she could fly.
So it's an interesting release. It's cool in some respect. It also, like, I can understand where people may not be so hot on it for a variety of reasons. At the end of the day, you don't need to get it. Hopefully one day Transmutate will have a better figure, or, like, at the very least, the aftermarket prices on the 2006 Build-A-Figure will go down. Because that would be nice. As I tweeted, I wouldn't have to take out a mortgage just to buy it.
I feel like I still have parts to that figure lying around in a box somewhere.
I had the head and the legs, but the legs are broken. And
I had one of the legs and the torso.
Something that actually would probably work for Transmutate is to put her with the like Red series line. I feel like they could make a pretty decent figure out of that, like a non-transforming figure out of it.
They could also make her
They should have.
in the Super 7 line.
Yeah.
Or, and hear me out, they could actually use the red line to make characters that don't transform have figures. Just a thought.
I in the long run, I feel like Super 7's Ultimates line will last longer and probably be better. They are $30 more per figure, but at the same time, like,
they come with way more accessories. And look a little better.
And they might be easier to get depending on where you live.
I saw Red for the first time in store the other day, and I was not impressed, to say the least. Not impressed at all. I walked out of there with a Netflix Alita 1 and a Netflix Bumblebee, and, you know, I was happy with that.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I think Super 7, though, will eventually do Autobot Spike. I feel like we'll see that. Or whatever he was called, like Autobot X or whatever.
Yeah, well, both of them.
I feel like they're going to.
If they don't, I would be amazed. Because, like, they're
doing Tarn.
Doing the alligator.
Yeah.
Like, they're hitting the, like, one-off, like, episode, like, niche, where it's like, oh yeah, you should do Spike. Or even, like, hell, like, do Autobot Spike, and one of his accessories is just Spike.
Well, no, Optimus comes with Spike.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, you do Spike, but, like, with the, whatever, like...
Spike, but brain damaged?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
with the thing on his head, and it's just like, oh, you can connect him to Autobot X, and it'd be great.
Oh, God. Oh.
So yeah, and then the last, two things we have.
They could do Alpha Trion too. That would be cool.
I would have to add him to the old man shelf. I have every single Alpha Trion they've ever made. It's not a lie.
Expensive.
It wasn't as expensive. Actually, it's become less expensive because for some reason the BotCon one seems to be easier to get now. But at the time when I bought it, the BotCon one I bought had been the cheapest one I'd ever seen, and because it was from Canada, and the person was very hung up about the fact that the bio card was missing. So they're like, yeah, I'm selling it for cheap because the bio card's missing. And I'm like, okay.
It works for me.
Yeah. $100 less than anyone else ever sells it for?
Oh my,
sure.
$100 less because the bio card is missing. That's insane.
Yeah, no, it might have also been the fact that the auction, for whatever reason, ended like at 2 p.m. on like a weekday. So I was just like, I was eating my lunch, just like, I'm bidding. I'm gonna win. This was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got two new masterpiece items on the horizon. Yeah. We have the for the G1 folks, we have Masterpiece Skids as officially revealed on the Han Twitter account.
It's a good looking prototype.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
apparently the reason why they're doing skids is because it's the anniversary of the release of the Honda City Turbo, which is what skids turns into. So they're doing a very faithful as far as like his vehicle mode interpretation, and then he's basically turning into a MP10 era Autobot car. So he's
Nice.
very basic. Hopefully, will be very cheap, and he looks great.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't really been big on the Masterpiece line, but I do like how Skids looks, not gonna lie.
It's one of those things where like a lot of the like wheeljack, sideswipe, prowl tracks to a certain extent, a lot of them like have this sort of same vibe to them. So like
All I
that's
have is exhaust.
yeah, and it was wheeljack mold. So you like they
Yeah.
all hit that kind of like they're pretty simple with how we're like getting from like robot to vehicle mode and vice versa. They come with a good
Yeah.
amount of accessories, and for the time, like a lot of them were like $60 was probably like on the upper end of like 60-70 was on the upper end of getting them. Like you could sometimes
Okay.
swing them for $50, maybe even 40.
Do you remember the
depending.
hell I went through at TFCon to get exhaust?
Well, you were coming in a bit late, so at that point, people were and the Masterpiece market had changed. Hopefully, it's either changing again or we just get more entries like this. Because I'm not gonna
Yeah.
get him, but I can see a lot of people being excited for this just because it represents the type of Masterpiece toys that people really liked for a while. And then potentially they can just copy off of the homework that they've done to create this guy, apply it to a deluxe, and then I can have skids in my like to go with all of my WFC guys.
Oh my god, one that doesn't snap in half?
One that doesn't snap in half, and one that doesn't have like really weird
Joints?
articulation and joints.
Yeah. Yeah.
but still
I have the repaint of that, whatever that character's name was.
crosscut.
Yeah, Crosscut. I don't know why I forgot that. Yeah. But that figure is not it's good looking, but it's not fun.
It's not fun, and then at the time a lot of hype surrounded it because that wave was hard to get for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So people paid out the wazoo for skids, and then at the end when they got him, they were like, "This toy's kind of shit."
He snaps in half when I touch him.
And then rounding off our news for this recording, we have released. This was revealed yesterday. Masterpiece movie MPM 12 Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime.
He looks good.
Wah!
Yeah.
He transforms from a robot to a truck with cat ears, and he comes with a G1 matrix of leadership for some reason.
You got the touch. Played in that movie for some reason, even though that song only existed for the original '86 movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hope the cat.
No, yeah, go ahead.
One theory I have for the cat ears is the one picture I'm seeing that has the gun store on the back of the truck mode. I hope that you just flip it up like that to store the gun, and they just transformed it, didn't put it back down for the rest of the pictures. Like, if you take the cat ears away, the truck mode looks fine.
The cat ears are in every single photo that they have of him, so I think it's just like that. Also, the vehicle mode, and I would assume this is because they didn't want to pay the license for it, because I haven't. There's box shots, and I don't think this thing says it's licensed. Which would then explain why the vehicle mode is grossly inaccurate. The gas cans are wrong. The truck has like eyebrows around the windows, which the actual truck doesn't have. The truck bed is kind of surprising because his shins are just like chilling out on the back.
What, your shins don't just chill out on the back?
No, mine don't. Mine chill out on the front, where they're supposed to be. I think he looks okay in robot mode. I don't like I need to see. I need either better pictures or people just need to get a shot with better lighting on his face because I think his eyes are too small. Like instead of doing like the big eyes that he has in the movie, they're almost doing the like beady little eyes that like '07 movie Optimus has. And then they gave him a matrix of leadership, which he at least he didn't. I don't know if he had in the movie, and if you're going with like the full movie continuity, he's not supposed to have until Sam like stuffs in the pocket and dies. And it looks differently. And the one thing, the key thing that I would really like to know to kind of like really weigh like what I'm seeing here is price, and nowhere has reported what this thing is going to cost. We do know it's going to be a Target exclusive in the US, but beyond that, which I mean the past, which MPMs have been Target? The Bumblebee, Starscream, and then the Bumblebee movie Bumblebee reissue was a Target.
Yeah, and Ratchet.
So hopefully, like this being a Target exclusive, like hopefully, like there's other avenues for people if they don't have a Target near them. Hopefully, I hope that this doesn't just mean that all the Masterpiece movie stuff's going to end up at Target in the US, because that might be a little annoying. I'll wait for this to be in black and teal, because then I'll pick it up, because then like
you think they're gonna do it?
They might. Like I could see Takara doing it, and then at that point any like weird like inconsistencies with the movie like go out the window, because I'm like, he wasn't black and teal in the movie, so I don't care.
This is Scourge or Nemesis Prime, depending on what day it is.
It'll be Nemesis, because that's what they called the 3A one, who I also have.
Yeah. Yeah. So, MPM Starscream was 150, so I would assume Prime would be maybe around that, maybe a little bit more, maybe like, I don't think it'll be 200 or anything like that.
I feel like just because he's like, he doesn't seem like he's as big as Starscream, so I could see him being more like maybe around Ratchet's price.
Yeah,
which was like what, 120?
Around there. I would have to take a look at my order history at Target, but yeah, it's around there.
MPM Ratchet. We got the magic of Google, boys. We can look at this up. We can look this up ourselves. All right. So does anyone else like? So Jared, I'm assuming you're going to pick it up whenever he comes out.
Most definitely, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Ratchet was $119.99. Aaron, I feel like this is something that's outside of your wheelhouse. Like you're not gonna...
Yeah, no, I'm not much of a movie figure guy, to be honest.
Yeah, and I don't
even especially with the masterpieces. Masterpieces aren't really my thing. I think the last movie figure I bought was Studio Series Thundercracker.
It's a long time ago.
I think that was when Toys R Us was still in business.
Yeah. Zeus, are you still here?
Zeus said he stepped out to watch WandaVision, I think.
What? Really?
Yeah, he put that in the podcast chat.
Chat. I haven't been looking. Yeah.
You know, I think that is the last movie figure I got.
Zeus ditched us to watch WandaVision. That makes
sense.
What
came out first? Studio Series Thundercracker or Stinger?
Stinger.
And then Thundercracker was the last one I got.
Yeah, because Stinger was like wave... Wasn't Stinger wave 1, Jared?
Yeah, he was wave 1.
Yeah.
All right. Then Thundercracker was the last one I got.
So yeah, we got...
You know, there are some movie designs I would like to see them kind of bring into the main line, like Breakaway from the video games. Like, I'd like to see that. That'd be cool.
Which, like, some people are like, some of the like people who claim to know things are saying that Breakaway is like on a short list. So, and I think that like opening studio, if they want to keep Studio Series up just to kind of have another line out there, I think pivoting to like the toy only and like the video game designs would be pretty cool, because also it gives them like the flexibility to like because if they're redoing those designs, it'd just be remaking those old toys. So being able to like update them kind of would be pretty dope.
See, what they just have to do, what these goddamn cowards at Hasbro have to do, all right? They have to update some of these robots in disguise characters, all right? We're at the 20th anniversary, okay? I want an X-Brawn on my shelf, god damn it.
Aaron's out here making the big demands.
I am making big demands. They don't have to admit that the cartoon exists. They don't have to, all right? That's not what I'm asking. I'm just asking that they admit that those characters exist, all right?
How important is it? How important is it in van mode that his head be in the front seat like it was in the show?
It would be welcome, but it's not necessary.
All right. Who else do we need from Robots in Disguise? Do we need?
We need everyone.
We need everyone.
Well, who was it? Which was it? Takara? Was the Baldigus recolor Takara exclusive, that box set?
Yes.
Okay, well, Takara admits it exists. All right.
Yeah.
All Hasbro has to do is be like, yeah, well, you know, we don't know if there's a cartoon this is based on or anything, but these are Japanese exclusive versions that were made. Here they are.
I mean, they threw us a bone in Thrilling 30. They did Skybite. They did the Voyager. It was kind of bad.
Yes, they did do Skybite, but I want more.
Right, and we might get more. Like as they move on and into the other continuities, like we're starting small. We're starting with Beast Wars.
Yeah, we're starting with Beast Wars. As our generation slowly takes over Hasbro from the dying hands of the boomers.
Or even I don't know we have to go that far. Even just like people like move like a natural progression of like, okay, you're pretty much done with everything. Like you've done the 84 to 85, 86 guys 2, 3, 4 times now. Like, okay, now that you've improved on like the quality of the articulation and everything, you throw out those little like pretenders and your late G1 guys, stuff you haven't done before, and then otherwise it's like, okay, you can't go back and just, it's like you're not gonna go back and do Sideswipe and Sunstreaker and Hound again. I mean, Hound maybe, because we don't have an Earth one. People will be like, well, we need
You know who needs an update?
Who?
The Omnibots. Those are some characters from G1 that need updates.
The Omnibots would be welcome.
And you could throw those on the Selects line.
Right, you could do them as Selects, or even like I think the Omnibots would definitely be one of those situations where they do one base mold, and from the base mold they make all 3 of them. Because
all right, no, let's not go that far.
Well, they've done that. They did that with
I know
with Repugnus and Grotesque and Double Cross.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna find a way, and it even then, because I think their vehicle modes may be vastly different and they may transform differently. They'll figure it out. Hasbro can do black magic.
They do conjure up some magic sometimes.
No, they do. Like some of those Kingdom like if you get your hands on some of those Kingdom toys, some of them like Black Arachnia is really good.
Yeah.
I have Rat Trap. That's all I have. I have Rat Trap and the little black dinosaur.
Vertebrake.
Yeah, I have Vertebrake as well. I've messed with Vertebrake a bit. I love Vertebrake, but Rat Trap having double jointed knees. Why did no one tell me about that? It's like heaven.
Oh, Rat Trap's like if they took a deluxe and took its articulation and then made it smaller.
Yeah.
Well, no, even the deluxe Rat Trap didn't have that level of articulation.
Well, no, like a modern deluxe. No, because like old. It's one of those things where, personally, I'm like, can you take this Rat Trap and make it maybe just a little closer to the size of that old one? Perfect. It'd be perfect. Yeah.
But
right
it's
now,
such a great figure, and the storage is great.
No, it's and a lot of the other Beast Wars stuff follows suit. A lot of the stuff they've just been doing recently follows that. Like do you have Studio Series Hot Rod? I forget.
I did get Studio Series Hot Rod.
Hot Rod is good.
Are we going into what we bought? Is that what we're doing now?
I think we are.
Okay. Should I start or should I go last?
I think you should because you should because
Okay.
I think you have a lot of the stuff you have. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, and
I got you.
And you also have something that I don't know that many people have yet.
Yeah, no, I was kind of surprised. Mine was supposed to show up on the 8th, and I am talking about Expanse the X-Men Blackbird Transformer. My shipping said March 8th, as many people got for their shipping, but it showed up 3 days after telling me it shipped. So I guess that works. I also think there's a Target warehouse in my state, maybe?
That seems to make sense because, like, when you...
Connecticut has a lot of warehouses.
And even then, like, Target specifically, because we're, like, I'm in Jersey, and mine, like, you were like, oh, mine shipped. And I'm like, mine hasn't shipped. What? And I was like, is it because we're in different parts of the country? I'm like, no, we're pretty much in the same part. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why is mine?
A lot of places have their warehouses up here.
Mine eventually shipped, and mine says it's arriving on the 8th. Let's see.
Same.
I'm gonna check.
But it is a really nice figure. I've been messing with it while we're talking. Transformation, I'm gonna say, bit of a bitch. Took me, because I'm one of those people that refuses to use instructions on the first try. I'm like, I'll figure it out. And I figured it out. It took me a few minutes, and I figured it out. It's a very smart transformation. And like a lot of things rotate. A lot of parts like they tab together well. Like the thing just looks amazing in Blackbird mode, and it looks amazing in robot mode. And the articulation on it is way more than I thought it would be, to be honest. It has ab crunch. Like it has a slight bit of ab crunch, which I was amazed by. And
Jared,
the abs can go side to side too. Like they can lean side to side slightly.
Jared, is that because I feel like you've probably messed with Jetfire, because it's based off of Studio Series Jetfire for the people out there in the audience who don't know.
Yeah.
Jared, can Jetfire do all that?
I don't remember. I've had my Studio Series Dreadfire in the Sonic Corpse mode for years now. So I do not recall.
Do you remember who came up with that name? Because I can't remember now. Was it me?
Me neither.
Might have been me.
But he's just he's very good. The head articulation could be a little better, but it's not terrible. If you put the mask back, you basically lose all head articulation in terms of up and down.
How are the accessories? Because I know he comes with a couple like
So the accessories he comes with are a mini Wolverine and a mini Sabretooth. And the blast effects that he comes with are like pink claws that you can put into one arm, and I think this is supposed to be Psylocke's sword in the other.
Yeah.
And then for some reason it comes with an effect that looks like Psylocke's mind control, but on the box it shows that you put it around Wolverine's waist, which doesn't make sense to me, and it doesn't fit on his head or anything, so I don't really know what it's supposed to be.
Right, because like I remember seeing those pictures, and then people were thinking like, oh, they like alone, it kind of looks like right before Cyclops shoots his optic blast.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I haven't tried putting it on his mask, but it's not. Yeah, no, it's not wide enough.
Right.
Like it doesn't fit on here. So
what are you? Why?
I don't know what it is. I genuinely don't know. The mask is really cool. I will say that. I do like it. I think most people are going to keep the mask down. Because let me tell you, his eyes are pretty sunken into that head of his. They are very sunken in. But it is a nice figure. I will say that. A lot of ankle articulation. Very solid. It's a little back heavy. I'm imagining Jetfire had that problem too, since it's based off of him.
Yeah.
Not really, actually, if I remember correctly. Mainly because
this guy's a little back heavy.
Well, I think part of it has to do with the fact that Jetfire has a lower center of gravity because he's got those chicken legs, so he's a bit squat.
Oh yeah, no, not this guy. This guy's still like
over.
his legs. You can stand X-Pans up straight, and you can kind of get him to do the iconic Wolverine pose where he has the claws up and he's motioning for someone to come towards him. You can kind of get it with the ab crunch on the arm. The hand swivel. It's just got good articulation on it. So
does opening the box destroy it, or can you open it with like?
No, you can open it and it stays intact.
Okay, that's important because that box is nice.
The lining of the box, actually, I think I took a quick glance at it. I didn't really look. I just glanced over it. Has like pictures of the X-Men and their names next to them.
Oh,
so that's like how the box is designed, which I thought was kind of cool.
That's interesting.
But I got a lot more than that as well. I've gotten, like, in the past, I was very behind on Transformers stuff. Like, I'm catching up on buying my Transformers. I got Studio Series Hot Rod. I got Aelita 1, I got Bumblebee, I got Rat Trap, and I got Vertebrake. That's what I got as well. I think, is that it? Is that all I got? My Barricade came in a while ago, but I think you guys knew that already. Yeah, I think that's all I've gotten for
the
Transformers.
Amazon Barricade, or
the one based on the Earth mode.
Yeah. So the one that comes with the punch.
The one that comes with the what?
Punch
with counterpunch. Yeah.
So I got that in as well. I got in the Shattered Glass set, and I got in Nemesis Prime. I kind of just like Nemesis Prime was sitting in my pile of loot for like 2 months. I was just like, do I want to ship this now?
Yeah, you and Pipes got them around the same time, and it was one of those things where I was like, did someplace like just finally get those?
No, I just decided to ship mine suddenly.
No, yeah, you both just happened to get them at the same time. But it was very, I didn't ask, but I was very confused for a little bit. I was like, what happened? Like, because I've had him for like a while, so I was like, did I miss him being like hard to get or something, like someone dropping the ball?
No.
All right.
No, I will say, of all the figures I got, I think Bumblebee might be my least favorite.
Okay.
But he's not a bad figure. I love that mold. I have every version of that mold thus far. Simply because, like, I think he's, like, my least favorite because I already have the 3 other versions of that mold that exist, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like treading the same ground.
How do you feel about Alita? Because, like, some people don't like the RC mold. So I'm curious.
I will say... oh, wait, I also got the Amazon Ratchet and Paradrawn Medic as well.
Oh, okay.
So I had that mold before I got Aelita 1. I like that mold more on Aelita 1 than I do on the Medic, even though I know the Medic is supposed to be that mold. I just, like, for some reason, it just feels more solid to me with Aelita 1. I don't know why. Like, I just like how it looks. Personally. Because I also have the, what was it, Power of the Primes, right? And I thought that was a solid figure, and it was a cool one, but I like this one. I think they're both great Aelita 1 figures, personally, because they're both good in different ways. But I just like the use of the mold for Aelita 1 here. I don't know. Maybe I'm alone on that, but...
I mean, some people like it. Some people I get really hung up with just, like, the shell formeriness of that mold. But
well, the thing is, though, Aelita 1 never really transforms, so, like, I don't really care. Like,
right. I mean, it's just one of those things, like, for, like, I guess if you're thinking, like, it's like, if you're in it for just, like, character, you're good. But if you're really looking for, like, a toy, like, a pretty good experience for $20, no, it's good.
But,
it's good to have the character representation. But if it's like, oh, you want a really good toy for $20, it's like they're better deluxes.
Pick up Studio Series Hot Rod.
Well, that's for $30, but for an extra 10, like he's pretty legit.
He's such a good figure. I got him, and I was like, oh, I'm playing with power now.
My favorite. I mention this every time someone like gets him, but the way that the back half of the car mode comes together, where it's pretty much you just like flip around his legs inside out and then flip down the spoiler.
It's the masterpiece.
But it's one of those things. Well, it's better than the masterpiece because it's so simple.
It actually works.
It's so simple, but then it's like you do 3 steps and you're like, I just made the back half of a car. What?
Yeah. Does your guys' Hot Rod have a problem where the leg doesn't fully tab together? My leg doesn't fully tab together in the back.
One of his doesn't. No, on mine.
Yeah, so
Mine
I guess that's just the problem across them.
Both of the legs on mine are good. They tab in. But yeah, that is something that I have heard for a lot of them.
Yeah. It doesn't kill the figure, though. And I just gasped because Expanse almost just fell on my keyboard because I slightly moved and his backpack started to take him. He is the size... Well, I mean, yeah, he's Jetfire, but Jetfire's hunched over. This guy's like the height of about a leader, I'd say.
Well, yeah, Jetfire was a leader, so that makes sense.
Yeah. I now own 3 ratchets, and I don't know why I own 3 ratchets, but I do.
Like 3 different molds, or did something happen?
No, 3 ratchets because of the Shattered Glass, the Siege one, and the Paradron Medic Pack.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
And I'm
so-
like, I'm sitting here with 3 Ratchets. How did this happen?
Yeah,
like, what? They've made a shill out of me.
three flavors: young, old, and evil.
Yeah,
Slightly
I will
mint.
say, I prefer the transformation on Shattered Glass Prime over Nemesis Prime because that's Earthrise to Siege, but I prefer the look of Siege.
I get that.
So they're both great figures, though. Well, they have the same exact articulation, pretty much. But
Did you have
like I said,
the Earthrise Optimus? Did you have the Earthrise Optimus mold before, or is the?
no, this is my first time having both of those molds.
Oh, okay, cool.
I never picked up an Optimus. I was like, I'll get Earthrise, and then I just never did. Like,
So you just
I need to now.
You picked up both evil ones.
Yeah, I need to now because I need a decent Optimus in my collection.
I mean,
'Cause
you should be able to.
2005 Optimus isn't going to cut it anymore.
Which one's?
The classics.
Oh, the 06. But yeah, no, that makes sense.
06, yeah. That's not going to cut it anymore
You
with
got
how the shelf is
options
looking.
considering the fact that they, what is it? Both waves of Earthrise had the leader, and Kingdoms Wave 1 repacked the leader. So
Yeah.
if you go online, you should be able to find it pretty easily. Like I would
Yeah.
say, try online to see if you can get it for less than retail, and if not, your Target probably has one.
probably. Punch, Counterpunch, fun figure. That's just a re-release of the older one, right?
They
Yeah.
tweaked the colors a little bit, but yeah, it's the same like body.
Yeah. Barricade, good figure as well. That mold's just a solid mold because I also have Smokescreen and Blue Streak in that mold. I need to get the Prowl 2-pack now if I can find it.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Those Amazon packs were just, the distribution on those was so screwed. Like, because a lot of people who pre-ordered them day one got them canceled, and then like I haven't checked to see how much Ratchet and Ironhide go for. Not Ratchet, Prowl and Ironhide, but like the Coneheads, they're pushing $300.
Yeah, I
Really?
gave up on that. I have Thrust, but I kind of just gave up on that.
I would say because Entertainment Earth keeps getting. My dog was freaking out. Entertainment Earth keeps getting like exclusives.
Yeah,
like,
I noticed
like
that.
a little bit later on as like later runs. So I don't know if any of them have been Amazon exclusives. They seem to mostly get the Target ones, but if they do, for one, I'll like share it with everyone that I know who never got the set. But that would be the way to go. I would not. If you're patient,
Yeah.
I would not spend the $300.
I need to get the Botropolis one before that's gone for good.
I feel like for the most part, the Odyssey stuff has been pretty good at keep staying in stock.
Yeah.
I say most part because I don't think you can get Ratchet and Lifeline anymore.
Yeah. The Botropolis looked really good, though. I didn't care about it, but then I saw people post pictures of it, and I was like, God damn it.
No, they said it. It's like, oh, this is kind of like DLC for
Yeah.
Skylinks, and it's like, yeah, no, this is great. Yeah,
The only...
Amazon Marketplace sellers want $220 for the Paratron Medic 2-pack. No.
Yeah, I'm glad I got mine. The only like 2-pack that genuinely has not interested me in any way, shape, or form has been the Cordon and whatever the other one is.
Spin out.
Yeah, because
Oh,
that
yeah.
mold just doesn't interest me. Like that Sunstreaker, don't care. Like it just does not do anything for me. Like I'm fine with my Universe one. And it's funny because I knew about those figures way before they were announced. And I like didn't care. So, right? What did I say? It was I said the Shattered Glass thing and then Cordon. So we knew about that one for a while. I just didn't share it with the class.
Well, you share it with us. That's enough.
I shared it with you, yeah.
It's enough of a class.
And then I just kept cryptically tweeting about it.
Yeah, but no, yeah. I still need. I haven't picked up the SG set yet. I need to. I have
It's
it
really nice.
I have it pre-ordered. Just BBTS hasn't gotten it, and Pulse has it, and I'm just like, do I switch over to Pulse? I'm not sure. I'm not like worried that BBTS won't get them, but maybe. But yeah, no, it's a good group.
We
of,
need more Shattered Glass stuff. And according to that drunk rant that came out forever ago, that I don't know if that's been debunked or what. People are still commenting on that thread.
Well, people keep commenting on that thread. A lot of the stuff has kind of panned out, so it seems like we will get that SG subline, which I need another bookcase at that point.
Yeah, well, my thing with that is the stuff that's been confirmed to be happening was stuff other people also reported. That's why I still think there's still a chance that a lot of it's fake. That's just me personally, but not trying to get into a tangent.
Yes, but then there's some stuff that some people, like, were cryptic about, and then this dude was saying stuff that lined up with the cryptic stuff that, like, so one guy was like, oh, there'll be a subline that'll have a commander, and then this dude was like, oh yeah, SG Jetfire, commander, and it's like, okay, that lines up.
I mean, it lines up, but he could also be making it up based on those cryptic things. But yeah,
I mean, he could. We're due for another Fan First Friday soon, so hopefully
that is true. We are.
Hopefully, they just like here's Shattered Glass, and the next wave of Kingdom. See, here's what Rodimus Prime and Galvatron look like.
Fun, kids.
Yeah.
Oh God, my wallet.
No.
My wallet.
Yeah. All right.
You guys get anything cool though?
Yeah, I was. Jared, what about you? Have you picked up?
Oh yeah.
Jared's like, buckle in, boys.
Oh no.
So, last time we episode, I only had these Studio Series 86 Voyagers. I got the rest of them.
I can't remember if I talked about them last time, but I also have the deluxes. And
I'm catching up. Give me a minute.
And Big Grim, who is amazing.
Oh yeah, he is. I keep saying this anytime like somebody in the chat gets the figure. Studio Series 86 Grimlock, for me personally, is the first leader class figure I've gotten in a while that actually feels like a leader class. Like Prime, Shockwave, the leaders through Siege and Earthrise, like fine, like I get where they're leaders and they're good, for the most part, good figures. For some reason, Grimlock just hits really different.
Well, I mean, a lot of it has to do with the fact that he's just big. Like,
yeah.
And
he's also not just a figure with accessories.
Right. It's one of those things because like since he's in Studio Series, the Studio Series leaders have all been like that. They've just been like, boom, here's a leader. And Grimlock, and also I think what works is one, the fact that he's very simple, but not in a bad way as far as his transformation. Yeah. And then a lot of it is the old masterpiece. So they probably I feel like it to some degree. There's a lot of there was room to just make him bigger because the money spent to figure out how to make them. They were like, oh, well, we already know how to make them.
Yeah.
And we can make it better because I don't. Do either of you have the old masterpiece Grimlock?
No, or I don't at least.
I do not. I never got it. I think I saw it in a Target once when it came out, and I was like, "That's too much for me."
Came out Toys R Us, but yeah.
Whatever, Toys R Us. You know what? Toys R Us has been gone so long that it's just melding into other stores now.
I mean, Targets have an FAO Schwarz section, and FAO Schwarz was owned by Toys R Us at the end, so yeah, it all kind of makes sense. It'll all be bought by Disney in 5 years, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. Consume.
No, so his Grimlock is in a lot of ways borrowing from that old masterpiece, but it
looks like it.
But he's doing everything in some ways better, and it's partly because he doesn't have to be as complicated. Like his leg transformation is so good because it's so easy.
Yeah.
That's good. How's the wheelie figure that comes with it?
It's an accessory, basically.
Gotcha. Does it have any posability? That's more of my question.
Not yes and no.
His arms and his hips are on ball joints, and his head is on a swivel, so you can move them, but they're all kind of stuck in static poses.
They should have just made a core class wheelie.
I mean, either that or re-releasing the Titans Return wheelie
Yeah.
and some other Legends scale figure in a 2-pack.
Who knows? We could get one.
Right, but if they did that, like release wheelie and then some other guy in a 2-pack, if they weren't doing the Sharkticon Studio Series, apparently, I would say maybe re-release Gnaw, because then you have both of those, and they fit with the whole 86 movie theme.
Yeah.
Jared, so anything else with Grim?
I have seen some complaints of that the transparent plastic window on his chest is a little too dark, and kind of is you can't kind of blocks out the Autobot symbol a little bit too much. But it's just kind of a nitpick for me. But other than that, yeah, he's a really solid looking figure. One wing on his backpack, it's a little looser than I would like, so if I'm moving him around, it'll kind of flop a little bit, but again, it's just a nitpick and it's not a deal breaker.
Do you have floor polish to tighten joints?
I do not, but I'm kind of hesitant to take that part, mainly because knowing me, you'll end up stressing or snapping something.
It's actually really, because I was trying it one day and I did it. I could record a video later and post it to our group chat, because it's actually really easy to take his wings off.
All right.
The worst part of it is figuring out how to do it. But they're just frictioned on, so you can remove them, put the floor polish, and then put them on, and they'll be fine. I haven't done it yet, but I can send that through later, so that if anyone wants to do that, they can.
Right.
So how about the deluxes?
Yeah, so I got Jazz, Cup, and Blurr. Of those three, I'd say Jazz is the best, Blurr is the weakest. Blurr, he just misses the mark, in my opinion.
It's those damn arms. They're so weird.
Yeah, that and his face just kind of... He has a very long chin, basically.
Him and Cup. Both him and Cup, needed to skip Chin Day.
Yeah.
Welcome to animated, ladies.
No, but basically, I've seen people have done it with both of them, and someone did it with Cup and with Cyclonus for whatever reason, where they sanded down the chins, and then one dude resculpted Blurr's face, but to the point where it looked, I don't know, it kind of looked better, but at the same time I was like, I don't know what you did.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did get the Toy Hacks Ripper label set for Jazz, and I already loved the figure, but it made me love the figure even more, basically. And yeah, so other than that, I got the Kingdom Wave 2 Voyagers, Dinobot, and G1 Inferno.
Oh yeah, you're part of the group that ordered from CMD store and got stuff early.
Yeah. Starting off with Inferno, he's not the Inferno we wanted out of Kingdom Beast Wars line, but he's a really good figure. In my opinion, I like the hoist mold before, so that automatically helps.
He was grabbed.
It is a good mold.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that they fixed the eggs on the back that would often break going into.
Did they only make them shorter, or are they also filled in? Because that was one of the things.
Am I the only person that never had that issue?
Mine never broke.
Mine didn't either, because I never transformed him. But Jared, are they still hollow in the inside, or are they filled in?
Filled in, I believe they're filled in.
So
I'd have to look again, but if I remember correctly, they're filled in.
So they're So then, if they are filled in, they're filled in and they're smaller.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you shouldn't have any risk of and breaking.
That's good.
Yeah, his accessories that make him Inferno are good. Yeah, just all around a solid figure. Now going to Dinobot, he's really good. Yeah, he is missing paint on his legs. I have yet to paint them up myself, but it's not that bad for me. And yeah, all around, he is a really solid and really good looking Dinobot.
How do you feel about his height? Like, does he feel big enough, or do you wish he was a little taller?
He's fine. I haven't watched all of Beast Wars, and I'm currently on my first watch, basically. So
yeah, I halfway through asking you that, I realized I'm like, wait, but Jared doesn't know Beast Wars. He doesn't know how tall Dinobot should be.
Yeah.
All right, but no, if he's good, that's good. Yeah, I've seen Zeus. I think Zeus started repainting his, and then Grimlock on Twitter repainted.
I don't care enough to repaint mine.
It makes me just like nostalgic for the days where Takara would do like their own decos, because I feel like that's one where I definitely would have been like, I'm gonna wait for the Takara one.
I'm just one of those people where it's like I get the toy and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to put much more effort into this. Like, it's like I've already invested $20, $30, whatever.
Right,
that works for me.
Like for me, I like having like I definitely like it when the characters like really like match up to either the whatever like media appearance they had, or like my mind's eye of them. And Dinobot's just one where like there are certain details that I wish he had, but also I'm sometimes like weird about painting my figures, not so much modifying them as far as like adding floor polish to thicken their joints, but that's as far as I usually go.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's.
I don't even do toy hacks, to be honest. I don't even do repro label.
I'll do them occasionally. And even then, it's like the unfortunate thing is a lot of the time I don't do the full like my Power of the Prime's Optimal Optimus. He came with a ton of stickers. I think I only put in the eyes to make them green, because that was the thing that was the thing that was bothering me. I'm like, he needs to have green eyes. He's good.
Oh my god, that's like when I built a Master Grade RX-78. It had so many stickers, and I just put like 2 of them on it, and I'm like, now he's anime accurate. Don't need the rest. It was like 30 stickers, and I'm like, some of these are so small, and I like put the one on his shoulder and like one on his leg, and I'm like, now he looks like the anime. That works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Jazz, like I mainly put the bills on him to make him more cartoon accurate, give him the like shiny visor on his head, and that was good. It does have a like they do have entire sheets that comes with that. It pretty much make you turn the Studio Series figure into the toy, the G1 toy, essentially.
Right. Yeah. A lot of those stickers are to give him all of like the decals and everything that he has on the original toy. Which, I mean, is a lot of people that for them that's like their mind's eye goes to that. So it's cool that people have the option, so long as they don't crack the windshield and destroy their figures in the process, like lots of people have had happen, because clear plastic is cursed.
Clear plastic is cursed.
Yeah. Last but not least, I got third-party figure, which I haven't gotten like really in a while. It's a new third-party company called Lemon Tree, and it's their figure that they call Purple Potato, which I still love.
Isn't that just Eric?
Yes, essentially.
I guess so. Well, it's just nonsense names, but then nonsense names applied to a pretty baller idea.
Yeah, and like, so it's their version of Shockwave, and it's Shockwave that turns into the Revenge from the 86 movie, and I'm holding him right now, and his ult mode, and my god, this thing looks good. Like, it's solid, it's sturdy, it has diecast in him, so got a lot of weight, or no, not a lot of weight, but some weight to it. Transformation is not the most enjoyable thing at first, mainly just in the legs and the arms. But once you know what you're doing, it's pretty straightforward. I did have to shave down one tab just to make the connection more secure, mainly because there was a little bit of mold flash, but that stuff happens all the time. I will say the light up feature is a method that I have not seen yet, which you need a magnet to activate the lights, and it included a little tool that had a magnet on it, that was supposed to have a magnet on it. Surprise, surprise, mine didn't have a magnet on it. Thankfully, the back of my badges that I use for work have magnets in them, so they work just fine. If you get one and it doesn't come with a magnet, just contact the supplier that you bought it from, and you can either just return it, get a replacement figure, or they'll just send you a replacement part or something like that. But, yeah,
Do you know
the
what
LEDs are.
Do you know what size the magnet is? Because I have a few different sizes of magnets here. I could just send you one to stick in the piece.
It is really small. Here I can.
Is
put
that
on the
metric?
video, too.
Is that a metric measurement?
That little post right there.
I thought Jared was just sitting in the dark, and then I realized it was his camera focusing. I was already like, Jared, you're sitting in the dark. We can't see that.
Sorry, show it again real quick.
Right there.
You could get away with probably... I have like a... Can you, real quick, show it next to the handle of just like a Generations gun, like Optimus Prime's gun, maybe? 'Cause that'll give me a good idea of how big that hole is.
Do we want
I
to
have a gun,
continue
but I
on
have-
with what? Oh, sorry.
All right.
No, it's just why you guys
like
figured
with the
that out.
Back end of that.
So it's smaller
Yeah,
than
I-
5 millimeters.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
2mm magnet that'll probably fit.
Why do you have a 2mm magnet?
I put magnets in Lego figures sometimes.
Oh.
Zeus practices witchcraft. We've established this before.
I do practice
Zeus-
witchcraft.
Zeus could never master witchcraft, all right?
No, no, he practices like toy witchcraft. He's like
Oh.
he's like here's a bunch of Lego and some stickers, and boom, I made a bunch of clones. And it's like, what?
Yeah, and then I shove magnets into the body so that the backpack doesn't have a neck thing, a neck bracket.
Oh, you're just shoving magnets up their asses, hoping it works.
It's more like I bisect them and then stick the magnets.
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Ugh.
You open them at the waist. You stick it through their guts into their back, and then their backpacks stay secure. Science.
Exactly.
I can go next.
Science.
I thought someone else joined the chat. I was like, who's
No.
that? So I've had a hell of a month, as far as like,
It's been a hell of a month.
It's been a hell of a month, but it's been a hell of a month, especially for my purchases, because I have so Pipes shared a picture of his combiner shelf, and it included a picture of his Unite Warriors Devastator that had the DNA design upgrades on it, and that got me down a combiner rabbit hole that led to
Oh no.
Upgrade kits, broken combiners, and me needing to offload a bunch of stuff to recoup costs because I've spent too much money. But in that whole like mixture of things, I ended up with something that was pretty cool. So it'll be the main thing that I talk about, which I posted in the podcast chat. I picked up, so a long time ago, I picked up a Battle Core Optimus. So that's the Combiner Wars Voyager mold in white, with the intent to upgrade it using the S&D
Primo Mortis?
Primo... I think it's Mortis?
Yeah, because Vitalis was the the Optimus. And
I
don't think they ever did
get
another
Mortis confused with the Nemesis one, but yeah, it is. Oh, they sold out. Wow. All right, so it's the SND-04 X Mortis upgrade kit. So it's an upgrade set that turns Battlecore Optimus into a leader class, maybe even larger, Nova Prime.
Probably Commander class now that that's a thing.
I could put him. No, he's not. He doesn't seem to be as tall. He's not as tall as Jetfire, but his wings probably give him a similar like wingspan.
Yeah, I was gonna say like mass wise, he's probably closer to that than to a leader.
Between the two, I'm looking at this stuff now. So it's a bunch of stuff. It gives it a lot of it when you're building, because you have to disassemble the Battlecore Optimus in order to put the pieces on, and a lot of it is giving him a new waist, extending the thighs, and that's most of the stuff. And
Sure,
you
like replace the hip plate, right?
You replace the hip plate. You add extenders to the thighs. You replace the feet, and then everything else just kind of fits over the parts that are there. And then you give him a crazy backpack with these huge wings. And he's incredible. The kit is notorious, and this is all versions of it, because you have to remove 2 pins. One pin which goes straight through the figure, which is fairly difficult to remove, and not so much difficult, but just time consuming to remove, because it's a lot of like, it's best if you have a pin push, because then you can push out the pin and then just take pliers and like take it out. And then you have.
Does the kit come with a pin push?
No, the kit.
I thought I saw a video of it.
It doesn't come with a pin push. It comes with a screwdriver that is awful. Do not use the screwdriver that this kit comes with, or you're going to strip the screws. The only thing that the screwdriver is good for is helping you push out the pin that holds. So you know, in like for those of you who have the Combiner Wars like Prime Menacer mold, the skirt or the skirt piece that goes in front of like for Combiner mode, that's like on that weird like armed apparatus. Yeah, yeah. So there's a pin you have to push out of that. So the screwdriver that it comes with is actually really good for pushing out that, or helping you to kind of push out that pin, and also like widen the holes for the pieces that he comes with, just so you can put all this stuff together. It took me forever, or not forever, but it took me enough time, and my hands hurt afterward. But the end result is amazing, as far as like getting a IDW Nova that like appropriately looks like him, because like the only options you really have besides this kit are the MMC one, where was the extra armor bits that went over their Prima, the Make Toys one, which my computer's saying hello. The Make Toys one,
Wasn't
which
that
goes
like a site exclusive or something?
It was like a site exclusive, and it costs like $300 to $350, and it's the mold is it's their second like battle tanker mold, where they basically, instead of asking you to upgrade your RTS Optimus, they just threw a KO, like an enhanced KO of RTS Optimus into the kit. So it's not the best. And then the only other one is the TFCC. No, there's the Iron Factory, and then the TFCC.
Which is tiny.
The official one, which is just like the Orion Pax mold with the Lyo Convoy head, and it's also not that good. But so yeah, Nova.
The alt mode looks like a shoe.
Yeah, the alt mode on this Nova is awful though, because it's when you transform him, he basically just turns into that Voyager Prime's vehicle mode with a bunch of junk strapped onto it. So it's very much just for the robot mode, but even then, like I shared a picture in the chat, and
It's quite a robot mode.
he looks amazing. The wings are upside down in that picture, but he's great. And then he comes with a clear yellow sword and a scythe, which is pretty dope. I haven't turned him into the combined mode. I don't know if I will, but from the pictures I saw, the combined mode also looks pretty sweet. So, yeah, I would tell people to go get it, but the only other place that I ordered it from Robo Toy Base, which is based in Hong Kong, and the shipping was kind of expensive, but I ordered a bunch of stuff, and it was some of the stuff, they were the only place that had it, so I was like, whatever, I'll bite the bullet. BBTS had it, and I almost bought it off of BBTS, but they sold out in the past, like, 2 weeks. So, hopefully, if anyone's been sitting on this, they, especially if you're someone who isn't really into, like, doing, like, kits and, like, DIY stuff, maybe just stock eBay, because for the amount of money that I spent, you can buy one that's already been upgraded, because they go about the same price, and like that for a while, that's what I was waiting for, was for someone to sell theirs that they had already upgraded, so I didn't have to go through the effort myself. But then I found right, no, legit. I was just like, I don't want to, because I watched enough videos where I was like the pin, like the pushing the pin and everything. I was just like, this shit's gonna be annoying. Like, I don't want to do that. I'll just pay like I think most people, like, usually people sell it for around 100, 120, which like the price between the Voyager and the kit, you're about there. Maybe a little more for the labor if you're trying to think of it like that. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll pay this person for their labor.
Paying people for their labor in this economy?
And yeah.
That's sad.
Stranger than you think. But yeah, I mean, on a few other things, like Jared, picked up the Studio Series Deluxes. I picked up Grimlock. Grimlock and the Deluxes and my Retro Headmasters I all picked up from Copperbot.
I need to get those Retro Headmasters. They look so good.
I've been seeing them more often in stores, so you might be able to. Actually, I'll send you a link.
How much are they going for?
They should be like I think MSRP they're $19.99, but they might actually be a little bit cheaper, like a few cents off.
Oh, that's what I like to hear, baby.
That and yeah,
what I like to hear.
I also like it. Last night I was out running errands, and that's the first time I saw Grimlock because someone was walking away with it. But I also found a slew of the Netflix deluxes, and they were all for like 17 something, so they were on a little bit of a rollback, at least around here. And
Target rolled back their prices near me on some stuff.
But the Netflix deluxes, I picked up Wheeljack specifically because someone had pointed out recently. It's like, oh, like you could use your Netflix Wheeljack as like Wheeljack's corpse in the 86 movie.
God.
And that didn't leave my brain, so I'm just like, all right, fine, I'll pick him up. Because the Walmart I was at had like 8 of them for some reason. They had 8 Wheeljacks, 1 Red Alert, and 2 Alita ones. I do not know why.
Because someone kept buying all the Bumblebees.
All the Bumblebees and Impactors.
Oh yeah, Impactor was that way.
They also had a full, I think almost a full case, if not a full case of Kingdom Voyager or Kingdom Deluxes, which was surprising.
So, quick question: you said earlier that Hot Rod's $30, right?
Yes.
At my Target, I paid $26.99. I just checked my purchases on my Target app.
What are you using?
No, so I went into Target and it was discounted down, and something else was discounted down by a few bucks as well. Like they had discounted the Voyagers and the Deluxes by like $2.
Was it labeled like a sale, or is it just like
No, that was just the normal price. It was like was $30, now $26.99.
Huh.
Like how they put how they just changed the little price sticker to say this was the previous price.
Yeah.
Now this is the going price.
Huh. Yeah, my stores.
They lowered it.
My stores aren't doing that. My stores aren't cool like yours. And then Zeus is
it was just weird.
Zeus is in
I
like
haven't been inside a store in 2 months.
Yeah, but you're also in the LA area where sometimes you walk into a store and they're just like, yeah, we want to charge you $8 more for this just because.
Yeah.
That does happen.
I've seen.
Like,
oh, sorry.
Yeah, the worst case I can think of it was like last year. There was a thing for Lego where it's like if you spend $50, you get a $10 card back, and they tried to get it. They tried to cheat me out of the card because they said it wasn't on Star Wars sets, but the tag it was literally on the sets that I had picked up. Was the tag that said if you buy these, you get a free $10 card. So
they don't like you, man.
No, they don't like me.
I've seen the entire studio series set out in the wild. It was just like I don't know if you guys remember when I said in the like group chat the other day, like, what do I get? What, I don't have the money. What do I get? Like, but I also saw, and I want to pick this up, so hopefully I can have this for next time I'm on the podcast, whenever that is Ectotron, but in the Target version has like a pack-in comic.
Yeah,
it's like $55 though, and I was like, I don't know about that one.
He comes with the first issue of the Ghostbusters series that they did last year.
Yeah, but I think it's a different cover. I
maybe
kind of want it because of that.
Maybe the Ectotron himself is retooled. He's got a different head, and the ladder is moved from one side to the other.
Gotcha.
Based off,
it's still $55 though.
There's a new ghost in there too, right? Instead of Slimer.
Yeah, there's a new ghost, and his deco's different.
Nice.
So little.
Is there also a Slimer, or is it just the new ghost?
I don't remember.
I saw it on the shelf, but I didn't really look at it. If I'm being honest, I just went, "Oh, that's kind of cool," and I kept walking.
You people are of no use to me.
Okay. Yep.
All right then. Well, with that,
you keep saying that.
With that, no. On that note, we'll end the show.
Wait, I got a couple things also. Though.
Well, you don't get to talk about them.
Yeah, but you were gone.
You were mean to us.
You were gone.
I said I was gonna have to go at some point.
Well, you went to watch WandaVision.
No,
you had already seen it.
My whole thing's about you being disrespectful, not about the fact that you left, which is also disrespectful.
I was joking. It was jokes.
You were gone, Zeus.
All right, Zeus. Zeus, quick. What did you get? Aaron, leave him alone.
Okay. I got also too much. I'll quickly run through the misses, the stuff that I didn't really like that much, and then get into the good ones.
I thought they dropped that from the packaging.
What?
Keep going.
Okay. So, like, the three of what I got, the three things that I like actively, either passively or actively dislike are Studio 86 Blurr, Cheetor from Kingdom, and the Selects G2 Megatron. For Cheetor and Megatron, it's mostly for quality control issues. Megatron, one of mine, his shoulders, like the threading for the screw hole was completely stripped out, so he has a really loose shoulder. The Cheetor has that super terrifying, like, cheetah head that's already starting to stress on mine.
Yeah.
So he's living in robot mode from now on. And Blurr is an affront to God.
I'm still gonna buy him though, because god damn it, I need my 86 shelf.
I think that's the title of this episode.
The alt mode and the transformation are fantastic, but I hate everything about the robot mode.
That is the title right there, Miguel. Blurr is an affront to God. Oh my god.
So those are the ones that I don't really like much. I got another Optimus because of course I did. It's the G2 Colors one, and he's fantastic. Mostly I've just been catching up on like Kingdom and Studio Series. I got Cup, who is like one of my favorite figures of the year already. I've not been able to put him down since I got him. His transformation is just so fun. He looks great in both modes. The head doesn't bother me nearly as much as I thought it would. He's just a really, really solid figure, and I like him a lot. I got Rat Trap. He's also good. Don't have a lot to say about him. Same with Warpath. Warpath I like a lot. And then the most exciting thing is I got Dinobot. from Kingdom, the Voyager. And I think, am I the only one on the call who has him? I know
Jared.
Michael ended up getting-
Jared spoke about him,
Jared?
so both of you picked him up from CMD.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love this figure. He's one of, if not my favorite from Kingdom. This line has been almost exclusively hits. It's really good. The transformation's a lot of fun, the way that you kind of, like, compress the entire length of the Dino mode into the torso, and the way that the chest transforms is really clever.
Yeah.
The only things I don't like are the tail, which I've been making jokes about this for like a week. I saw someone on Twitter say that he was circumcised, and I've not been able to unsee it, and
Oh no.
it almost ruins the figure for me. I think his hands in both modes are a little bit big. I get it for the robot mode because it's, his feet. They kind of have to be that size, but the raptor hands just really, those are like the thing that bother me the most. And the eyes on mine for his raptor mode, the pupils weren't aligned, so I ended up having to repaint that. But otherwise, he's fantastic.
The lack of eye alignment makes it animation accurate.
Cool. Is that it?
Oh, I forgot to mention. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I forgot to mention that I got the Nemesis Prime Funko Pop and the Megatron Funko Pop.
I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't see it immediately in front of me. So
You're missing your respect for us.
no, I respect you. I just am also mean to everybody that I know and am friends with.
Aaron, do you know? Do you know what the difference is for with those Funko like mystery box pops that they did?
I have no idea. I have not gotten them. I think Megatron has his mace and Optimus has his axe, I think.
Yeah, I just found the pictures. Okay, because I was seeing my friend was telling me about people going nuts looking for the G.I. Joe ones, and I was like, yeah, I saw that the Transformers ones were different, or like they said only at GameStop, but I didn't understand what was different.
I kind of want to pick up that lunchbox thing with the mystery pops in it, even though they're not mystery. You know what's in it. So, I kind of want to pick it up. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I thought
it's a cool lunchbox.
I thought these were a mystery for some reason. I thought they were blind boxed for some reason. That's weird. But
no, they make it seem like they are, but they're not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's cool.
I also got the Jetfire Funko, but it's not here yet. My dad just kind of has that because he ordered it for me because he works from home, so he's at a computer all day.
Yeah, I also do that, which is not safe for my wallet. But
I work in a comic shop. That's not safe for my wallet.
That's also not safe for your wallet.
And we started bringing in Transformers. No,
I've been trying to stick to like a 1-in, 1-out system, so I've been selling off a bunch of old stuff, which is the only reason I bought so much recently.
The rules of alchemy.
My
equivalent exchange.
My sister picked up some of the pops for me around the holidays, so I ended up like
nice.
I think Jazz and Soundwave were the only two I didn't have. But it was funny because she was doing that while on like the back end, I was just like, well, I don't really do this, so I'll go and get Nemesis because I have the Nemesis shelves. And then I picked up the Target exclusive Bumblebee and Starscream because both of those are based off of the classics molds.
I have not found those, but I need them.
I don't know that those are in stores anymore.
I don't think they are, but I will find them.
You should have told me.
Classics Bumblebee Funko.
I think it's on their app. I think I saw it on their app the other day.
Jared, yeah, no, it's the classics mold. It's crazy. He has the jetpack and everything.
No, I know. We have a bunch at my Target.
Oh, you have a bunch. Oh,
Jared.
I think we do at least. If I remember correctly, we had a bunch.
Yeah.
I
think each store that got them got anywhere from 30 to 40 of them. It was crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But then
Grimlock's coming out for the pulp thing.
Yeah, but Grimlock specifically, like being an like the fact that some of these aren't the exclusives aren't variants. They're like, oh, this mold is exclusive. It's like that's dumb.
Oh no, I agree. That is dumb. That is very dumb. And you know what they're gonna do? They're probably gonna come out with a dinosaur version of Grimlock.
That'll be the retail one.
Yeah, we didn't mention this during the news because I didn't think of it until now, but Minimates is also doing Transformers now.
I know about this.
They are
Minimates are an affront to God.
They are. I think the first wave it's Optimus, Starscream, Shockwave, and someone else. I can't remember who the last one is.
I don't think we
Probably
I don't think we
Megatron.
mentioned them because they're an affront to God and no one cares about them.
Hey man, someone cares because they're making them.
Someone's got to be buying them from the Walgreens.
Right? Oh man.
They'll swap places with the Creo stuff that is still at your Walgreens.
There is no more Creo stuff at the Walgreens near me because I bought all of it out when they went on sale.
Oh, so you're the problem.
No one bought them for 5 years, okay? They had sat there for 5 years. I was doing the Walgreens a favor.
Yeah, he's part of the solution.
That's how you choose to look at it. More power to you.
My comic shop.
I didn't resell them. I bought them for me.
My comic shop is near my Walgreens, so I'll go to my Walgreens and I'll be like, all right, I'll check the Walgreens toys and then I'll go pick up my comics.
That's great.
All right, so this has been an episode.
Yes.
Hopefully, there's a Fan First Friday or something. More more closer to this recording than later, just so we can do another one. We originally intended this week to hopefully be the Fan First Friday, but of course, like we were planning on it, just thinking, oh, they have to do a Fan First Friday. They did one for Transformers, they did one for Marvel, they've done one for I think they did one for Star Wars at some point, or at least they dropped a bunch of Star Wars news, and then nothing.
Didn't they do one for G.I. Joe?
They did one probably. They did a lot of Joe, maybe not, but the others they have.
Isn't Pulse going to the UK? Is that a thing?
Yes, that's one of the things that they announced for like they're extending Pulse worldwide, and including the UK. Specifically, one of the places they name dropped as part of they had a big investor event yesterday, which they've basically taken everything that they would talk about around Toy Fair and have spread it across like the course of this month and probably into next month.
Also, how much is Pulse? How much am I about to get charged?
$500.
Well, if you buy Pulse Premium, it's $49.99 a year.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
okay.
But that's if you sign up for the Pulse Premium, which just gives you the perks. Otherwise, you're just...
I signed up for it originally when it was free, so it should auto recharge me, I think.
Did you sign up? Did you actually sign up, or did you just buy stuff and they gave you the free membership?
No, I signed up last I checked because they sent me an email saying that mine was expiring soon.
Right. Well, like, did you pay for it?
No, it never asked me to pay.
Okay, no, then you're in the well, they had at some point. You're in the same boat as all of us where we have free memberships. All of our memberships aren't auto renewing; they're just expiring.
Oh, so we have to set up our stuff to pay for it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, because I saw what the price of like a single figure I pre-ordered the other day would be with shipping, and I was like, I will pay the $50 a year. God damn.
Right.
Like...
For that's what I've been saying is like because at the very least it's $10 a figure, if not more. So if you only buy a couple of things, like you're already past the point of the Pulse Premium membership.
I'm like, why is it $10? I live in the state next door. Like,
the only thing that like kind of muddies it up is basically it's like, okay, if you're someone who is very like, oh, I want to get the thing as it comes out and everything. So, some people might either go to their local stores or like try to like pre-order everywhere and then like cancel. And if you're doing that, probably Pulse Premium isn't for you. Like
only ever when I can get over the minimum for free shipping.
Maybe like some of the if you're someone who's gonna buy a bunch of like the Pulse exclusives and stuff when they drop around like SDCC and stuff, perhaps. Like one of the things I was thinking, because I was going back and forth on this with a friend, and I was thinking about like, oh well, Pulse has the Generation Selects, like they're the only place that officially sells them in the U.S. But then I thought to some of my recent issues and pipes as well, where both of us had got Neptunes that had QC issues, and we were pretty much sort of luck because like Pulse's return policy isn't their own, it's Hasbro Corporate's return policy, which is we will give you something of equal value or cut you a check and mail it to you.
So what did you get?
What? No, I bought another God Neptune and I have to sell the one that the one that's broken or that has like issues.
Oof.
Thankfully, or basically, it was basically I bought a set and then parted it. Parts of it are going to pipes. Parts of it stayed with me, and the rest of it goes into the world.
Well, yeah. Well, so wait, you don't have a full set left over? Because if you had a full set left over, you could just return that and get yourself a check.
No, I
and
don't.
End up even.
I don't because one of them. I mean, unless Pipes sent me the messed up ones from his set, and then we sent that back, which we could do, I guess, but.
This is our plan to scam Hasbro out of $50.
No, the God Neptune was more than that, but
I know.
And it's also stuff that I haven't been above doing similar things before. But last time it was to Bezos, and it was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll have an episode sooner than later as more news rolls in. Also, just kind of getting back into the groove of things, because I feel like we've all kind of been doing our own thing, and, no, it's nice. It's nice to talk to you guys, and especially when we get, like, fresh blood in, like, Aaron, who, hasn't been on for a while, or the random times that Pipes joins in, like, the last time we recorded, Pipes showed up right as we ended, so there's a good chance that that'll happen again here. But,
Summoning.
Yeah. So until then, if you want to follow us, figure out what we're doing, best way to find us is either through the show's social media, so at Steel City Bots on Twitter, at Nerdy Geek Talk on Twitter. Specifically, you could follow each of us on our respective social medias. So you find me at Logos Miner on Twitter, where lately I've been trying to sell off some stuff, so if you're into like combiners and other things that have some little bits of wear and tear, or a taco tank from Beast Wars 2nd that has cracks in it, hit me up. You could find Jared at DreadPrime_ on Twitter, where he takes pictures of his bots and occasionally tweets about like whatever is going on in his realm, which is usually the ins and outs of pushing carts at Target.
Basically.
Zeus is at _Zeus. _all spelled out on Twitter. Where what's been the latest, Zeus? Has it been minifigs? What's it been? Did Zeus leave?
Zeus left again.
All right. The last Zeus's pinned tweet is Optimus Prime. Optimus Primal from Kingdom. Riding squeaks on scooter mode, and then Aaron, I'll let you take it away because I don't know how many things you have to plug because I'm more well rehearsed with everyone else's stuff.
No, now at the moment it's just my Twitter. If anything comes around else, I'll say it. My Twitter is at Mariasha, MAROYASHA. Anything else I would be doing for projects, there's a link tree on my Twitter. So, like, if you see me tweeting about projects I'm working on, that's probably where you can find it on the link tree. I tweet about changes every day, depending on the mood.
You were mentioning the other day about, like, musing with some rebranding. I remember that.
Yeah, because I'm working on potentially starting YouTube back up again. And the first script I started working on, it won't be the first video back, but the first script I started working on, because I had a few people ask me about it, was kind of like a beginner's guide to the Transformers comics. So that's probably going to be a video that comes out sometime this year. Probably. So, yeah. That's me.
Awesome. And then Eric is at Eric Crowbar on Twitter. He's off doing whatever it is he's doing. We love him. We miss him.
I don't know what Eric does these days.
That's why I said we love him. He needs to be on the show so he can check in and tell us what's.
Is he on a sabbatical or something? Where is this man?
He's off. He's off doing important stuff, making the world better.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then and then our very own Michael is at Soundjack426 on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on Twitch at RDSJ Gaming. So until next time, that has been this episode of Steel City Bots. That doesn't make sense. Until next time, this has been another episode of Steel City Bots. I can't speak anymore. The show's over. We'll see you the next episode. We won't even see you. You'll hear from us next episode. This isn't
Go home.
This isn't two-way conversation or two-way communication between us and you, the listeners. It's between all of us here. And it's been a long week. And yeah,
and a long episode.
Well, maybe.
We've had longer. We've definitely had longer.
We've had longer. Yeah.
We've had longer, but this week's felt so long that this conversation felt long.
All right.
I might also just be exhausted.
Yeah, hour away store. Yeah, you're exhausted. But yeah, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
And don't forget to moisturize.